All right, what's going on? Good to see everybody. Hope you're doing well. How are you? Part of my Stream Deck is working, part of my Stream Deck is not working. Like the camera function stuff is working. I have a print going back behind on the carbon. But yeah. No, so like I said, I'm just kind of out here hanging out. Figured I'd stream, hang out, chat. I haven't talked to you guys in like a week. So I'll just fill you in as to what's new, what's going on, how life is, and see how you guys are doing. Myself personally, I took on a new venture. Some of you have found it already, some of you have not. And that's fine. It may not be for you anyway. You may not want to or follow it, but in my with everything that's been going on in the world, I'm just kind of tired, you know. I'm tired of seeing elderly folks being taken advantage of, so I started a new YouTube channel. I'm sure I'll be doing lives and stuff over there. Fly. Sure, I'll do some lives and stuff over there. But it's called Protect the Elderly. So if on YouTube here, you go to youtube.com/@protecttheelderly, which I thought was entertaining that wasn't taken, but it wasn't. So I snagged it up. I also got Protect the Elderly on X and on TikTok. I've been posting little video clips, kind of how to protect yourself against scammers, things that are definitely scams, and you know what to stay away from, what to watch out for. Figure my professional job is working IT for a school. I make sure that staff and students are safe. Why not start using some of that knowledge and skill to help the elderly, who I have now witnessed being taken advantage of in my small hometown twice now. So I have not gotten in contact with any of the like assisted living centers and stuff like that where elderly folks may congregate, but I am planning to have some conversations and maybe talk to some of the churches and see if they would be interested in letting me put up some flyers and have a chat with some elderly about what to look out for, what to watch out for, and how to stay safe or keep yourself protected. So that is kind of been a big thing when I'm not at work. It's kind of been a big focus for me, working on that, getting stuff together. But I still 3D print, and I still do 3D printing stuff. So, oh, Arizona Drifter, you changed your Danny B to Arizona Drifter. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, man. It's the other Dan, Daniel, the other Dan in the group. We're starting to get our own council of Dans here. Like if you guys watch the Edge Attack and you watch Hot Makes, they have the Council of Andrews. Here we're getting the Council of Dans. You got Dan Adams, you got myself, got you. There is overcast right now, and it looks like it will rain. I have my office door open. Some of you guys never really get a view, so let me see if I can get the camera to follow me and how far over it will go. So here's my office door that I come in and out of. And if you go that way out the door, this is one bay of my garage, and then there's the other bay. It's a 2-car garage. So you can see the garage wall back there. There's my toolbox. I think it's the toolbox. Yeah, you see the toolbox. So, but there we go. It found me. Clayton, good to see you, man. I hope Hawaii is better than Illinois right now. And AZ there, he's having himself some rain, and we're about to get some. So, but no, like I said, I was just kind of been focusing a lot of my attention to that, on that, and trying to, keep the elderly safe. That's kind of where I'm at. I still enjoy my 3D printing and stuff, and I still want to acquire some more Elegoo Centauri carbons. But right now, the wife and I are in a bit of a pickle. We have the Saab I sold to my son. That basically, it was, I was assuming it needed a lot of work, and it does. It still does. He got it running and got it out of here, but it does need a lot of work. So he is, he is planning to fix it, drive it, and then sell it later. So he's figuring that's what his plan is for it. I told him, son, if you're going to buy that car off of me, you know what it needs. If you want to spend money and buy the car and fix it, that's your money. You're a big kid. And that's what he did. Um, you know, I sold it for a whopping $500 to my son. That $500 paid some bills. We still have our Trailblazer that is for sale. Nobody seems interested in it, but hopefully it will sell. It needs a motor. Nobody wants to buy a vehicle that doesn't run unless they have something to make it run. So it'll probably be on Marketplace for quite a while, and by then maybe I'll have come across a motor for it and get it running. And then my Jetta that we have that my sister had given us, it is it's not happy. It's throwing codes. It's got 3 sensors need to be replaced. It's only $150, but I say only knowing I don't have the $150. So thankfully, my parents have allowed us to use one of their vehicles at the moment. So we're borrowing from family. Again, for how long, I don't know. Right now, we were told you can use it till we need it. So we're hoping we can either get the car fixed or get another vehicle. Probably going to end up getting the car fixed before we'll be getting a new vehicle because, like I've been telling Rick, my credit's in the tank and there's no money in the bank. So, but yeah, I mean, someday, some way, somehow, I'll have money and buy Mama a new car. Yep. You have the remnants of Hurricane Priscilla hitting us. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think really up here in Illinois, I don't think we got too much that's we're gonna ever see when it comes to that stuff. Occasionally we get a little rain, a little wind that blows up across the states, but nothing big ever comes to us. Of course, we do have, our twister season, so we do get a lot of that. Driver 98 can tell you that he lives on the other side of the river, so he knows. And speaking of Driver 98, while you're here, that printer, were you giving it back to me to do whatever with, or did you need me to fix it and then get it back to you? I don't remember what we talked about. That was so long ago. Uh, yeah, occasionally, Danny, occasionally we do. We haven't really had a bad winter storm in many years. Maybe this winter we'll have one of those. I hope not. They are fun when they shut down everything for a couple of days and you get to hunker in with your family and relax. That's nice, but do whatever with it. Okay, so if I tear it apart and use it for pieces, like use it for parts, that's fine. If I fix it and give it away, that's fine. If I take it out to my in-laws and break out one of my 2A items and put it to rest, that's fine. You really don't care. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, if you say I can do whatever with it, as long as you don't care. I don't know what route we're going with it, but for right now, it's just sitting in the box back here. When your old man dropped it off, I wasn't home, and he told Sam that, he said, here, this is for Dan to fix. And I was like, I don't remember saying that I had to fix anything. I don't remember really what was wrong with it, but okay. And then you're here so I can ask. Clayton, it's the Focus Odin 5. I think it would probably cost an arm and a leg to get it to you. I can take it to the post office and find out how much it would cost. And if you really wanted to spend probably more than that printer is worth, I would be more than happy to let you pay for the shipping to get it to you if you wanted it. And then it would be one less thing in here. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, it's currently sitting here. I don't remember exactly what was wrong with it, why driver decided he didn't want it anymore. Oh, it's too complicated. Yeah, you did get the A1 or the A1 Mini. I don't remember which one it was, but he did get a Bamboo Labs, and he's been having better luck with that. And I will highly recommend that everyone go and hit up Fabrico and tell them to get more of the Centauri Carbons in, and then buy one from Fabrico. Because the Centauri Carbon is a damn good printer at a really good price. You can't really argue. And these flies in here today are irritating me like you wouldn't believe. I'm going to hang a fly strip. But yeah, the Elegoo Centauri carbon, I am very thankful to Fabrico for having sent me that. I have been using it like crazy, printing Lafufus for lately. I've printed a lot of Lafufus. I'm actually doing a 200% Lafufu in blue right now. You can see the Polymaker Sapphire Blue right there. Yes, the Bamboo Labs are so much easier. Which one did you get, though? I don't remember. Was it the A1 or the A1 Mini? And did you get a combo with it or just the printer for now? And I was staring at some stuff in my office here, and I did find that I do have an old, like an old computer that Zach Ass had sent me a long, long time ago. Sitting here, the A1. Okay. But I had this old computer sitting back here. It's a really tiny little thing. I think I'm gonna fire it up and play around with it. Install some Linux on it and use it as like a little baby server or something. Just the printer? Okay. Yeah, you can always get the A1 or the AMS down the road if you want to. I still, you know, I have to finish building this thing. I have to finish building this thing and get it up and printing. I got to get a new print head for that, which speaking of, I need to see if LDO would be interested in sponsoring a Jabberwocky for that, and I can put a Jabberwocky on it. I did plug in, power up, and put the row stock behind me there, the Max V3. But I think I'm going to unplug it and take it down. And then for Built Over Bot, I do have a Baby Belt printer sitting here. Let me power this off. You guys can't see it, but there's a Baby Belt that I told Built Over Bot that I would send his way because I just have not done anything with it. So Built Over Bot is a good dude, has done a lot for me, including the Dapper Dan Duck. So it would be really mean of me to not offer it to him knowing he wants one. So I'm going to send that to him. He's a few hours away. Maybe I might, instead of trying to ship it and have it get more damaged, I think I might actually just see if he wants to meet somewhere in the middle one day for lunch. Give it to him that way. But let's move this out of the way for a minute, because I kind of sort of want to dig this computer out now because I know it's here. I forgot that it was back under here and all this crap. I had this little baby computer. Oh, wow, there's a big wolf spider sitting on it too. There's a big wolf spider on here. You guys want to see how big this wolf spider is? Look at him. Let me get the camera to stop moving real quick. There we go. Look at him. And he's alive. The big old wolfie. I'm going to take him outside and blow him off of here real quick. You guys will... Let me get rid of the wolf spider. Hold on. Go away, Wolfie. Come on. No, I'm not playing with wolf spiders today. Go away. I gotta shake him off, guys. Hold on. He's being a little stubborn. There we go. Wolfie's on the ground. Big old brown wolf spider. But here's the PC. It's an old Legion, one of the little mini guys. It is very dirty. It's been under there for quite some time. So let me grab a cloth to wipe it down with. But I think I might see what's wrong with it exactly and try to get it back up and running. Make that moving. JPP, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. When's your next stream, JPP? I saw you were doing a little more streaming, and then I didn't see you streaming, and then just wondering when you're streaming again next. You're streaming a little more frequently than I am, though. Still, I need to get back into a schedule and then stream more frequently, because I do miss that. But I need to work on some kind of a, if I was going to stream over on the other channel, I need to work on better content for that than just me rambling, you know what I mean? Like, once the channel builds up enough people, I would like to do Q&As where people can come ask questions and just, you know, basically answer all their questions about scammers and scamming and all that fun stuff. Let's see. Yeah, this needs a graphics card. So I'm going to have to find a graphics card. Do some snooping around, see if I can find something somewhere. All right, La Foo feet. I have to do some snooping around, see if I can find some find a graphics card for it. Let's take this off for a minute. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't look too terrible in there. It doesn't look like something wants to eat me, but got two SATA cards or two SATA ports. And then, of course, this side, you just pop the lock and it pops right off. It's got a Noctua in it, 2 sticks of memory, has room for an eMMC, which I happen to have a small eMMC I could throw in here. And then, of course, a graphics card would be nice. But I have a small eMMC I can throw in here for like basic memory or basic storage. Game night! No, not tonight. However, if I get that computer running and it runs good enough, I might use that as like the streaming PC, and then this I could potentially do more with and just pipe this into that to show you guys whatever I need to show you. So who knows? Maybe we'll get that thing running. It'll be my little streaming rig instead, so I can take some of the workload off of this, so I'm not trying to slice files and everything else and do randomness with this. This can have all of its power. Speaking of, I do need to check a few things on this poor little PC of mine. I'm going to check the system settings real quick. I only have 16 gigs of RAM. I have to see what type of RAM is in this. 3200 megahertz. So, and then the graphics card's only an 8 gig. So maybe I can upgrade the graphics card in this and get some more memory for it. And then if this memory, I don't think this memory will work in that computer. I think that's DDR4. This is DDR5, I believe. Could be wrong. That could be DDR3 and that could be DDR4. But yeah. Got a bunch of retro games on it. Batacero. Or Batacera. Yeah. Nice. Back had to clean up, cat knocked down, a bunch of stuff. Go figure, cats are dicks, you know. Yeah, doing game nights on Discord. Yeah, I need to get involved with the game nights again. It was fun the few times I popped in. But now, like I said, right now I just got a La Fufu or a La Boo Boo, whatever you want to call it. But I've got a 200%. I'm doing one at 200%. It's the biggest the Centauri will go is about 220, somewhere in there. I figure for the sake of easy upscaling, I'll just do everything at 200% and we'll see what happens. The Magneto sitting back there, I could probably go a little bit bigger considering it'll do up to 300%. And I might give that a whirl and see what happens. So we'll go from there. Rick, what's going on? Good, sir. Good to see you. Gonna do one tonight on yours? Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, I don't know what the big plans are for me for tonight, as in like once I'm done out here. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be spend time with the missus. You know, I've been enjoying spending more time with the family and spending time with the missus. Not that I don't love you guys, but I live with my wife. Some of you will understand, you know, happy wife, happy life. Here's that it's a 256 gig with an adapter. So I just want to see something here real quick. I'm just kind of curious since I see it sitting in front of me. Let's see. Is this gonna fit? It fits in there. It makes it down. And does the pin go back in the hole to hold it? Because it just uses like a little standard pin. It worked. All right, cool. So now it has a little onboard storage going on. I don't remember what OS is on that, but I think this will only run Windows 10. I don't think Windows 11. I'll have to do like Tiny 11 or whatever and bypass the check. But I'm sure I can make something work. But now it's got a little 256 gig SSD in it, so that's pretty cool. Or an NVMe. So there's that. Now it's got storage. Like I said, it really would only need an operating system and OBS because that's really all I would use it for. Then I would set that up on there, the Stream Deck on there, and then just push everything over to that. And then as for viewing, I have a screen up there. And then this one is probably going away. I think I'm giving it to a friend to give to their son. They're getting him a gaming computer. And I told her you can spend a little bit more on the computer if you had a monitor than you would otherwise. So instead of buying a $500 or $600 basic gaming PC and then spending another $200 on a decent monitor, I could give you the monitor and you could put that $200 towards the PC. So now you got like $600, $700, $800 roughly for a computer. Get him some better spec stuff and hopefully last him a little longer into what he wants to do. Spent the entire day cleaning up and organizing outside in preparation for winter snow. Nice, Rick. Yeah. Well, Rick, my thing is I have so much and I can't do a lot with it. Realistically, I'm probably going to have a stream someday soon where I'll have you guys like come hang out and it'll be real simple. What I'll do is I will use the flat rate shipping boxes so we know what the price is going to be. And I'll just start taking stuff out of boxes, totes and things and saying, if you want this, let me know. And I'll get your address info on a box. And when you say you want it, we'll just add it to your box. And you'll basically cover the flat rate shipping to get it to you. And I will take a bunch of shit to the post office and drop it off and say, here you go. And then ship you guys out miscellaneous things like control boards, motors, just random stuff. I need to go through and clean out this space, and just moving it from one spot to another does me no good. But if I can, give it to you guys, you just cover the shipping. If I can give it to you guys and it can help you with a project, then might as well, right? I might as well help you guys with projects. So that was kind of my thought. But I'll probably do, like I said, the small, like priority boxes. You called dibs on the Magneto. Good, sir. The Magneto is not one that I will be getting rid of anytime soon. I don't use it as every day, but when I need it, it's here. And since I got it for the low price of free $99, drive 3.5 hours, pick it up, drive 3.5 hours home, and then the headaches of playing around with it and getting it to a working machine, it is staying with me, good sir. However, if you're ever in Illinois, feel free to stop by and look at it and say hi to it. It's fine. Just don't judge me and my house. We're messy people. Our house is a lived-in home. But yeah, I do think I'm going to be figuring out some stuff. I think I'm going to be reprinting a Labrax now that he came out with the new NAS style one. And then I'll see if I can acquire some matching older hard drives, make me a neat little NAS as well. This way, like I said, if I can actually start going to events or venues, I can bring these with me and show people what they do. Matthew Greenwood, Merry Christmas. Long time since you've managed to catch a stream. It has been a while, good sir. It has been a while. Don't worry about it, though. Completely understood. Life gets in the way of everything, and it's been a while since I have streamed, so am I still on Twitch? A little bit. I'm thinking that one day a week, if I can, I'm going to try and work it out to where one day a week I stream on here and one day I stream on Twitch. Just not because I don't want to have, you know, the honest answer is I don't feel as at home and as comfortable on Twitch. Twitch has got a very large group of people in the makerspace now. When I initially started over there, I was one of like 4 people in the making and crafting section that was 3D printing. And 2 or 3 of them were guys who just left their 3D printers run so they could watch and babysit their prints while they were out and about. And then there was me. And I jumped in there, I got on, realized how quickly you could monetize over there. And I told all my friends. And everyone seemed to gravitate that way because monetization for me is not as important as hanging out and talking to my friends. But some people, it is either a way to offset income that they're missing, or it is a way for them to make a living. If I could make a living doing this, I sure as hell would. But I have a 9-to-5 that pays me not a salary so much as an hourly rate. The hourly rate is not enough to get by on, but I manage. And then I do this for fun. There are streams I do here on YouTube where I'll make 0 money. And then there are streams I'll make, you know, I've had donations come in on streams. People do super chats and gift subs and stuff like that, or sub to the channel. I got some channel subs. I make less than $100 a month on YouTube with the channel. I'm not going over the grand details of things, so hopefully YouTube doesn't get mad at me, but I don't even make $100 a month on average, so I don't see a payout from YouTube for about every 2 to 3 months is when I get, you know, a $100 payout on YouTube. On Twitch, I would see a payout every month. But then as the community got larger and more people were streaming while I was streaming, I wasn't getting the bits and cheers and the hype trains and all that stuff like I used to. So I figured if I'm not as relevant here anymore because more people are going elsewhere, I based it on that I was losing my relevancy and the fact that my viewership was down quite a bit. I figured if I'm going to not make any money and have a small group of people who watch me consistently, I'd rather do it over here on YouTube, which is where I started, and I was more comfortable. So I came back to YouTube. I have looked at other sites like Rumble and Kick, but they're a little more Wild West. I mean, I could probably go over there and start making lots of money over there doing it. But again, a little more Wild West over there. Not saying it's a good or a bad thing. Freedom is nice. The ability to talk about things I would want to talk about that I can't talk about on YouTube or on Twitch because of their terms of service. Like if I were to say anything other than like a pew pew or a blaster or a 2A item, on here and over there, it could get me flagged and get me kicked off. Whereas over there, I could say the GUN word and not have as much of a worry. You know, but YouTube is kind of the home. I mean, and the other nice thing here on YouTube is YouTube kind of keeps the videos after your live stream until you delete them. With Twitch, people can watch the VODs up to, what was it, 7 days or 30 days or whatever, and then the VODs just drop off. So Twitch doesn't really store the content. I would have to have the live stream on Twitch and then tell it to upload over to YouTube, or record the live stream while having the live stream and then upload the recording afterwards to Twitch. You moved on now from your 600 custom that you were building. So you're now building a custom modern take on the Enigma machine. Interesting. Interesting. And then JPP, you're saying your computer isn't good enough to stream stream gaming on. Okay. Well, JPP, depending on what goes on with this little computer here, if it's maybe not what I want for streaming, and again, you happen to be passing through the Illinois area, or we happen to be crossing paths somewhere across the U.S., if I can get it up and running in a way that it could benefit you, good sir, then you know where it'll end up. YouTube is the only other one besides Facebook that does the VR content. Yeah. You have nowhere to spend your tokens now. Consider this a stretch and yawn for you. 2340 in the UK. Well, Mr. Greenwood, if I should happen to do a Twitch stream, follow my X account, x.com/MakerMyNexus. Follow me on X and keep an eye. I may stream this weekend. I have a 4-day weekend. I took today and Monday as a holiday here, so I'm off on Monday. So, but I took today off. I had some comp time at work that I needed to burn up, and I figured why not take a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are off, and then take Monday off and have a nice 4-day weekend. So that is what I did. So I took my comp time today, and my assistant held down the fort as best he could. And when I get in on Tuesday, we'll figure out what needs to be dealt with and deal with it. Till then, I'm not doing squat till Tuesday. Unless something major happens, and then I'm on the clock and getting paid. I should talk to Kevin Boast. He scripts all of his streams for Twitch. Oh. Yeah, there's a way in Twitch where you can tell it to output directly to YouTube your streams when you're done. I mean, I could do that, or like I said, I mean, it wouldn't take much to take and record these. Just hit the start record button, and then when this is done at the end, I can go in and do cuts and edits to it, and then upload it to YouTube, and maybe cut out some of the twitchy stuff. Blue Dude, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. That's why you like the 3D printing community. You've seen other communities, and there are all kinds of seen a lot of the kindness that printing realm. Yeah. Again, I have a lot of stuff. I mean, could I sell it, make money? Yeah, but it doesn't help anyone who needs help. And as someone who, needs help often, it's kind of like my way of being able to kind of give back to those when they give. Speaking of, if anybody wants to help me buy my wife a car, I think for $5,000 I can do that. So if you have $5,000 laying around right now, feel free to hit up my PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. Links down below. I'll go buy my wife a car tomorrow. I might go buy her a car tonight if it shows up. I mean, if you give me 10 grand, I'll buy my wife a nicer car and probably a couple of Centauri Carbons, and I'll name them after you. I could name them after you. We could do that. All right. There's my whiny shill. I'm done with that for now. But the links are there if you want to send money. Feel free. I'll give you a shout out. Also, don't forget, if you want to give like stickers or you want to do a super chat, I make the recommendation, as does Taylor from Connect Creator, because I agree with him on this. Gift a community membership. Instead, community memberships, I think those benefit the community more. You still give to me and I still get what I get. YouTube still takes their cut, but it puts more green people in the chat. So there's more people who can enjoy some of the members benefits, like the emotes. And if I ever did like an actual members only stream, which How many members do I have currently? Let me go take a peek. I'm curious. Curious as to how many actual YouTube members I have right now. Go here, go to the studio. On studio, we scroll down. Members, see all members. We currently have a low number of members. We have 7. I'm going to tell you who they are right now because guess what? It's 3D&T Printing. So Dave and Terry, Dan Adams, XR Bunker Works, Shammy, Fabrico. Thank you, Fabrico. Lee Marie 3D. So Jeremy and Keela. Thank you very much for that. Andrew Rogers and Bearded Bucket. And do you guys want to know who my all-time, like my longest member is right now with the longest streak? Lee Marie 3D at 16 months. Bearded Bucket comes in at 14 months. Andrew Rogers is at 12 months. 3D&T Printing are at 11 months. And then Shammy, XR Bunker Works, Shammy, and Fabrico are both at 7 months of supporting this idiot, as well as Dan Adams is at 5 months. So in the double-digit club, we've got 3D&T, we got Andrew Rogers, Bearded Bucket, and Lee Marie 3D. They are my double-digit club. So thank you, guys. But with only 7 people, a members-only stream would be very, very quiet, you know? If you had money, become a member, just so broke, I get it, man, trust me. That's why I'm glad I can still do this for free. You know what I mean? Like, just hang out and chat, talk to you guys, explain stuff, let you know what's going on. Life is life. It's doing life things. Let's see. Hey, that guy is working. I put something on the keyboard and I shouldn't have. Let me grab this keyboard real quick here. There we go. Let me type in a password real quick here. There we go. We're logged in. You can't see it on the screen, but trust me, it's logged in right now on this little 5-inch screen right here. It is logged in. I have to say, and I may be a little biased when I say this, but I think of all the lab rack systems that are out there, sorry, Michael, but I think I have the best one. Mine has a 5-inch Big Tree Tech touchscreen in there. Big Tree Tech 5-inch HDMI. Yep, I like that. It's really sweet. And then I also have 2 Orange Pis, one 4 gig, one 8 gig. They're the 3Bs. Password 1234, yes. And then I also have 2 of the Libre boards in there. We have the Libre Alta board right here, and then we have a Sweet Potato right here. The only thing is I need to work on a way to have like a HDMI switcher, like a KVM almost. It'd be nice to get a KVM that would be small enough that would fit, that I could even like redesign this to have a button that you can tap, and then have you know, the mouse, keyboard, and all that on just a little KVM that connects to this guy. So that would be sweet. That might be something that would be cool to look into a little bit more maybe, and see if I can find a small little 10-inch rack KVM. Just had to pay for that timing chain job on the girlfriend's. Oh, ouch. Yeah. $3,000+ bill. Damn, brother. Sorry. Well, at least the girlfriend's car is running. That's a good thing. The Pi KVM. Yeah, the Pi KVM, I'll have to look into that one and see what it would take. See what it would take to set it up. Because I think the Pi KVM actually uses the network, right? Doesn't it all go through like Ethernet or network? Because if it does, it would just take taking one of them and making it a Pi KVM. Think I have the best out of all of them? Huh. Not answering that, considering I don't have that insurance right now. They canceled me, so why the hell would they be calling me? That's weird. Keyboard mouse, I don't know what the V stands for. It's KVM, it's keyboard video mouse. Yep, by the way, built over bot. You can see it right behind me over here. See the little orange thing sitting down here? It's right there, bud. I got to figure out a safe way to package it up. I was saying before you got in here that maybe if you were willing to meet in the middle for a lunch date one day, we could meet in the middle for a lunch date, and then you could just take it home with you. At least you knew 2 of the 3. Well, now you know all 3. Keyboard, video, mouse. It is interesting to me that if you rank them on importance, that the keyboard is important, then the video, and then a mouse. But I guess not only that, but KMV doesn't roll off the tongue as well as KVM. But what is everybody else been up to, you know? Yeah, if you can, just let me know. Because I will ship it to you, but it's already, when I got it, it already had some 3D printed parts cracking, and because it uses such small rods, it flexes a lot, and it's one of those I don't necessarily want to tear it all apart any more than I have to, because with things already starting to kind of crack and stuff, I would feel really bad if I gave it to you and you had to start you're going to have to do a lot of work with it. There's a board in it. I don't know if it's the right board, so I don't even know if it's hooked up, if it's got firmware on it. Rob had it sitting on his table as a demo unit. It was a display for Rocky Mountain last year. So, and when I brought it home, I tried playing around with it, but I just couldn't get myself to focus to do anything with it. So I pretty much have just kind of left it sit. And I think at one point I pulled the board out, so that might not even be the right board for it. So you probably have to flash some firmware and stuff and do all the fun things. You have 10 of the CM5 compute module blades to do the grunt work in your Kubernetes cluster. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I think I have some Raspberry Pis and stuff floating around here. I have a Raspberry Pi 5 that maybe I'm going to throw in there and take the sweet potato out. The sweet potato is this one right here. I might take that out and put the Raspberry Pi 5 in there, and then have the Alta board, the Raspberry Pi 5, and the 2 Orange Pis, because Orange Pi sent me these for this project, and Big Tree Tech sent me this for the project. So I figured, why not? And then, you know, go to, you know, events and stuff, take that with me. I mean, after all, it's 3D printed. I still need to work on, I got the top cover here. I need to shave 3 mils off of this. I keep talking about it, but I keep forgetting to take it anywhere where there's a saw that I can just trim down the top and bottom 3 mil, and then bring it home and just drop it in the top there. And then I'll have this guy on top. And it has the Maker My Nexus logo on it, because LTX did the Maker My Nexus logo in the fan for me. Your back was listening, working on description for the first VR interview at Printopia. Nice. Nice. Any suggestions on getting pies? Amazon? You can get them off Amazon. If you're looking to get Pi or Pi variants, sometimes depending on what you're doing, it doesn't hurt to reach out to manufacturers and ask them if they're interested in sponsoring something you're working on. So, I mean, if you're interested in reaching out and asking, you can do that. Otherwise, Amazon's usually one of the fastest ways to get, you know, that stuff. And what kind of, like, what size pies are you looking for? Screw it to the board and just run it along. Yeah, there's that too. Yeah. Like I said, I just need to knock 3 mil off the top and bottom here, because it's 6 mils too large. So take 3 mils off the top and bottom, And then I can just drop this guy in, and then that'll be pretty much complete. If you haven't seen the lab racks, which, speaking of, Bill, Bearded Bucket sent me some files for something too. I need to get the damn 2x2 and make it happen, or 1x2s. But if you haven't seen this thing yet, it's just a little 10-inch rack. It uses heat inserts, but he's got another variant that uses actual nuts, and it uses M6 screws. But like the back here, I still would love to put a 10-inch screen in the back so that I could have a little panel across the bottom that has a 3-pin power and a switch on it that would run into some kind of a brick that would then power all 4 of the Pis. And since the screen powers off the USB, you wouldn't have to worry about that. And then I have the little Netgear PoE switch, which, if all these devices would work off PoE easily, then I could just use the PoE switch. But none of these little Pi devices, even the Pis themselves, you got to have the Pi hat and all that. It'd be nice if they would actually kind of build into the boards, you know, PoE functionality now would be nice. Probably a Pi 4 Clipper host. Okay. Well, I would say if you're just looking to do Clipper, you don't necessarily need a Pi for that. It is a little easier with a Pi, but there are some cheaper boards out there that you can run Clipper on, whether it be any of like the Libre boards, the Orange Pi, like the Orange Pi boards. There are some cheaper alternatives out there that you can run. And if you actually go to Mainsail, if you're interested in using Mainsail, they have Mainsail OS for several of the boards. One of the things you can look at is go to the Mainsail OS site and look and see what images they have, and then just get one. And then it's just download the image, you know, copy it to whatever storage media you're using, SD, eMMC, whatever. And then just copy it over to that, and then just power it up, log in, and go. Mauser and DigiKey. Yeah, Mauser, did you get the doggo is barking because another dog down the street here, like just outside, is barking. So he's talking to him. So if you hear the doggo barking in the background, he's just being friendly with the neighbor. But yeah, other than Amazon, Mauser, DigiKey, Libre, they use Love Our Pi. So if you go to loveourpi.com, you can check out there. They've got, it's funny, it says Love Our Pi, but it's pretty much Libre stuff. But yeah, I mean, you can check other sites and stuff and see. But I would say more or less look at other manufacturers, because let me see here. Chewbacca, shut up. Mainsail OS. All right. It's mainsail.xyz. Let me get off the docs site. I don't want the docs, I want the Mainsail OS. All right, well, let's see here. Install Docker. You can do it in a Docker hub. He just doesn't want to shut up today. He's too busy just talking. The dogs across the street are barking like crazy right now, so he is just going nuts with them. Here we go. Supported hardware. Raspberry Pi 1, 0, 1, and 2. Raspberry Pi 2, 3, and 4. Orange Pi 0, 2. Orange Pi 3 LT, 4 LTS. Well, those are some that they say are like outright supported. Again, like I said, the Orange Pis, I have the Orange Pi 3B, and it'll work on those. So there's just some other options to look at. Nice part about the Orange Pi boards is the Orange Pi 3Bs anyway, they have eMMC slot, a NVMe slot, and they have an SD card. So you can pick whatever pick whatever storage media you want to use and go with that. I'm going to lock the camera for a second. I'm going to try and figure out why Doggo won't calm down. You guys will get to hear me because the mic picks it up out here. Let's see. Hey, quit pissing off the neighbors. You good boy. Come here. The internet's tired of hearing your big mouth. Yes, the internet's tired of hearing your big mouth. So shut up. Shut up. Enjoy the nice weather we're getting, mister. You good boy. Yeah, the neighbor, she's got two big old hounds. Two big old hounds, and they're out there in the front yard now. She let them out. They're sitting out in the front yard barking. But yeah. Have you gotten an X? No, I have not gotten an X1C. In the printing, and it has not stopped printing stuff for the last year. Pretty much things that they can use in school. Yeah, I did again. I did get the Centauri Carbon up there. Fabrico sent that to me as a hey, we want to support you as a small creator, and I said thank you. And they said, open it up, play with it, use it on your stream, tell people where to get one if they want to get one, and do with it as you please. So to Shammy, Hector, and the rest of the Fabrico crew, again, thank you guys very much for sending me that. I have been using it. I am currently printing a 200% blue La Fufu, because it's not a La Boo. You currently are sitting at 49, huh? I'm wearing a hoodie, as you can tell, and I have my door open, so it is currently, it's currently 69 degrees where I'm at. All right. Good on you, Mother Nature. 69. So I'm 20 degrees warmer than you right now, Rick. But yeah, I have not gotten any. The only Bamboo Labs printer I ever had was an A1 Mini. Did not have the AMS. It was just the A1 Mini. And the reason for that was because Mr. Telling happened to have a gift card for Bamboo Labs, and he was not going to be able to use it in a timely manner, and said, here, get yourself something nice. So I ordered a A1 Mini, had it for a while, used it for a while, enjoyed it for a while, and then now somebody else that I work with is enjoying it and using it, and he prints a lot of like the little mechs and stuff. It's about 10 degrees C there. Yeah. Not those ugly things. Yeah, well, the wife and kids and the kids at my school all enjoy them. So that's why I'm printing it. Because I printed one in gold, and I printed it at the normal 100% file size, and kind of joked with the kids that I'd make a bigger one. And since I have a 4-day weekend and it's going to take quite a bit longer to print the parts, I figured might as well. So we're gonna print that this weekend, and hopefully it'll get assembled, and then I'll be able to take it into work with me, and have a double-sized La Fufu sitting there. All right, Mr. C-Tunes, hopefully your plumbing issues go well. Sorry, by the way, I did see your hi. But yeah, hopefully your plumbing issues go well and things work out, and you can get back to having whatever is broken not broken. You don't get the La Poo thing? Yeah. I like I said, it's not really a thing that I'm all that excited about, but I figured might as well print one bigger and annoy the kids more. It's fun to have that sitting on the desk, and they walk by and they get all excited and they're like, oh, can I have it? And I'm like, nope, this one's for me. So besides, at some point, it'll just annoy me enough that I'll just give it away to somebody anyway. So, Will, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope things are going well. Man, I can't believe I've been streaming for an hour, almost an hour already. That's crazy to me. And we've just been hanging out and talking. There's not really much, there's not really much going on. Showing off stuff, talking about things. Yeah, if you make them for them and give them to them, they won't want it anymore because they have one. But if you show them that you can make them, then they're going to want you to make them one in every color. So there's that. Make one talk and put it next to a Furby. That'd be pretty entertaining, I think. Ah, so if you can make it, it's long cool. Yeah, so go ahead and make them each one. I can tell you where I got my files from. It was on I think I actually got them from Thingiverse, and they're not labeled correctly, so I'm gonna have to go through and rename them. So I remember what part I'm clicking on. Because right now it's just kind of a guess, like click on the part and be like, yep, that's the part I need. Or I load all the files and then just start deleting off the parts I don't need. But I'm doing the Sapphire Blue, and then I'm going to do the tan for the hands, feet, and face. And then I'll do the whites for the eyes and the teeth, and then I'll do the black for the teeth and the nose, or for the eyes, the other part of the eyes and the nose. Anyone going to the Maker Faire in Orlando in a month? Mr. C-Tunes, no, I'm not going to be able to make it to Florida. Traveling for me right now is not a thing. However, I would love to travel a little bit, but money in the bank is what I need so that I can do that. So first is, like I said, first is the automobile situation. Then we've got a lot of house things that need to be done and dealt with. So yeah. Who knows? Maybe if I can figure out a way to make it happen, I'll just drive by and pick up Built Over Bot on my way out of Illinois. He lives in mystery. He lives in mystery. So maybe I can take him out into the real world and let people see him. See that he is real flesh and bone. Let's move some stuff around real quick. There we go. Grab the right things and move them into the right places. Sorry, gang, just looking at something. Yep, he's just a bot. He's a built bot, not a like a bot bot. Let's print some cool shit. I agree. You don't have to censor yourself, Mr. C-Tunes. You can talk like a big kid here. Somebody is currently selling a Cheedy Plus 4 3D printer near me for $550. Ooh, let me look at this. I'm looking at a car real quick on Marketplace. I'm looking at many cars on Marketplace lately. That's really a large portion of what I get. But here's a third row seat, Ford Explorer 2011. Limited edition 2011 Ford Explorer, new paint, new disc, one owner. Dad's moving out to Cali. He's got to sell it ASAP, no rust, it says. They want $5,000. See, look at that. So if anybody wants to send me $5,000, I'll go buy my wifey a Ford Explorer. I'll go pick it up tonight. Make it a road trip stream. Still looking for a car? Yes, I am. Sergio, good to see you, sir. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, I sold my Saab to my son for $500. It wasn't running. He bought a new computer and put some gas in it, did some flashing and tuning, and got it back up and running. So he bought the car for me for $500. I paid a bunch of bills and had no money left, of course, because you get money, you pay a bill. That's what I do. And that being said, though, he got the car gone, and then the Trailblazer I'm still trying to sell, but everybody wants to offer me $200 for it, and I keep trying to remind them kindly that the junkyard said that they would come pick it up for $350 to $400. So stop offering me $200, because I know what they're going to do. They're going to pick it up from me for $200 and then go straight to the junkyard and scrap it for $150, $200 more. So no, I'm not gonna do that. I'll just do that myself. If I get to that point where, you know, we are again in need of money, I'll just call the junkyard and tell them to send a flatbed, come get it, and I will bring them a signed title and they can give me money. So we live in a county economy. Yeah. But no, so I am still kind of perusing for vehicles. I was thinking like a third row seat Ford Explorer, because they tend to be pretty comfy and roomy. Don't really want to get a minivan, would like to get an SUV. So Ford Explorers. My sister has a Volkswagen Atlas that has the third row seat that is currently on lease. She said that depending on how things go when it comes off of lease, if we pay the lease buyout price, which depending on how that goes, the lease buyout price could be, you know, worth, you know, buying it for, because we could potentially buy it for way less than what it's reselling for, and then either sell it ourselves for the price that it's selling for, and then take that money and then buy a couple of vehicles. Because right now, as it stands, like I said, my Jetta is currently throwing the P0016, and I think it's P0017 codes. 16 could be either the crank or cam sensor, so best just to replace them both. And then the 17 code, or whatever the other code, the code for the map sensor. So it's needing a map sensor, either a cam or a crank, so might as well just do both. So you're talking like $150 in sensors. And then if that's all it needs, we're good. If not, and because it's got 304,000 miles on it, and I don't know when the timing chains have been replaced, because this is the 2.5, so instead of having a single belt, it has two timing chains, one on the lower half, one on the upper half, and then the nice little pulley in the middle. And I looked at the crankshaft or the timing chain kit, the kit with all the pulleys, the chains, the guide, the guides for the chain, and all that fun stuff was like $350, $400, $500, $600 on Rock Auto, depending on which kit you buy. So like $350 for that. So I could be into the car for another $500 and hopefully get another however many 100,000 miles out of the car. But it's getting that to do that. And then it's also doing the work myself and not paying someone else, and or not necessarily doing it myself, but convincing my sons to do that, since they're the mechanically inclined fellas that they are. But the sensors are just take out a bolt, pop out a sensor, plug in the new sensor, and then clear the codes and run it. So that's something I can do easily. It doesn't involve tearing the front end of the motor off to get to all that, and then putting something back together wrong, and then I screw something up. Timing chains are a fun job. Yes, that's why I'm hoping that it's not that the timing chain has stretched and that's what's causing the problems and the sensors to read wrong, but I'd rather start with the $150 worth of sensors first and cross my fingers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Build Overbot. It very well could be that the chain needs to go, but being it's 304,000 miles, and my brother-in-law's had the car pretty much its entire existence. And he said that all he's ever done is just keep oil in it and keep running it. I figure we'll start with the sensors. It won't hurt to replace them. So we'll start with the sensors first, cross our fingers and hope. And if not, then we definitely know it's another $350 worth of timing chain parts. And then, you know, either find a shop to do the work or convince my kids to do it, or bite the bullet and just have strap you guys up to a tripod and sit out in my driveway and we stream while I cuss and scream and throw stuff while replacing it. And I'm pretty sure I do. I'm pretty sure I do, Bob. But again, like I said, I'm going to start the cheaper parts first, because those will be easier for me to acquire in about 10 days when my paycheck hits, because I don't make a lot and I have a lot to pay for. Car insurance is going to be almost $400. So car insurance is almost $400. A few other things. Oh, speaking of, I need to let the insurance company know that currently they can quit insuring one of my vehicles that I am no longer driving. As long as you expect it will not fix it. I'm hoping that the sensors are it and I'm good, but I'm thinking that I'm just going to be replacing some sensors that are 304,000 miles old and would probably not hurt to have replaced anyway. So I mean, I'm hopeful that I can get away with just replacing some sensors and it'll work, but I'm not expecting that to be the fix. And I would rather do the cheaper thing first and try than do the expensive thing first and still have to do the cheaper thing anyway. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Yeah, see, like the simple stuff, Sergio, I got no problem with. Like, I'll do oil changes and, you know, change fluids, change my own brakes. I do a lot of that stuff myself. It's stuff I like. But when it comes to starting to tear apart the engine and get into a lot of the crazier stuff, because, like, you know, timing chain, you got to rip the front end off. And then if you mess something up there, you throw the timing off on the car, and then you end up with all sorts of other problems. And I don't want to mess with something that could grenade the motor and then be my problem, you know, or be an even bigger problem for me. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So I will do certain things. I don't trust myself to do other things. But since one of my sons has been a mechanic forever and the other son has been doing all of his own stuff and they both like to get their hands dirty, I can definitely say, boys, come do this for the old man, and then let them have at it. I was hoping that I would find, when I searched the marketplace and stuff, I've been hoping to find like a 2008, 2009 Chevy Trailblazer with a 4.2 liter engine in it that's just rusted out or badly damaged, and somebody is just like, I'm selling parts, what do you need? And then hopefully I can pick up a motor out of it or pick up the whole thing, because I missed one. There was a lady selling an 07. The problem with an 07 is I would need the computer too, but she was selling the whole thing for $500. It had a bad frame. So I would need the computer and the motor out of an 07 to put in an 08, because there was something with the number of teeth for like timing, and there was way less teeth on the older motors and there's more teeth on the newer motors for better timing and accuracy. And if you put an 07 in an 08, it won't run. It'll air out. It'll have problems. If you have the computer out of the 07, you can plug the computer in the 08 and it would still work, is what the internet says. There's still a couple of things you've got to pay for, but you'd be able to make that work. So last engine you rebuilt was 26 years ago. Yeah. I've never actually pulled a motor, tore it all the way down, and put it all the way back together. I've never done that. But I have swapped motors, swapped transmissions, replaced clutches. I've done those kinds of things. Um, I'm comfortable doing them. I'm getting older now, so things hurt more. So I don't necessarily want to do that, knowing that I will hurt more afterwards. But, you know, like sitting on my ass on this tire and swapping out brakes isn't terrible. So I'll do brakes all day long. I like doing brakes. Changing oil, not too bad. Roll it up on the ramps, pull the plug, sit there and wait. Wait till it's done. Put the plug back in. Get back on top. Swap out the filter real quick while you're under there too, of course. Then get on top, dump however many quarts, 4.5, 5, 6, 7, 12, friggin', what was it, 2.5 gallons in my son's diesel. Should have had kids, sounds like a nice feature. Yeah, well, if they learn things and they're good at it, yeah, it's a nice feature because then you can just have them do things for you and you can bribe them with, you know, things like, you know, I gave you life. You know, do this for me, I gave you life. That's always a good way to remind them that they should want to do things for you. You did help make sure they had life and lived as long as they have and learned the things they've learned is all because of you. But no, right now I've just been snooping the old marketplace looking. I've been finding a lot of the third row seat Ford Explorers in the 2010 to like 2014 range for around the $7,000 mark in my area. So that's kind of what I've been kind of looking at or kind of leaning towards. But I don't have that monies. And again, like I said, with my credit in the tank and no money in the bank, it's hard for me to go get a loan for something. And with family being stretched thin as well because of the way things are going these days, can't really run out and ask family to sign on a loan for me. So it's kind of one of those, sadly, I'm in a, if I can't do it for myself, I can't do it. So I'm just looking for something and hoping that maybe, just maybe, with everything that's went on with my dad and the money that was supposed to be coming from that, it was only $500. But I'm hoping that maybe I can get that around the same time and have like $1,200 or $1,300, and maybe with that on a $5,000 vehicle, maybe I can convince a bank to let me get a small loan to buy a vehicle for the missus. Uh-oh, here comes my daughter, Internet. Say hi to the Internet. Hi. Why do you have a look on your face like you want to say something?
Mom, that when she says, "Oh, I don't want to meet your boyfriend," and I go off and tell him, and he says, "That's okay. Can I still meet your grandma and grandpa?" That is a normal reaction to him finding out that my mom doesn't want to meet him.
Is your mother upset because he didn't say, "Why doesn't she want to meet me"?
No, Mom's upset because he wants to meet Noni and Nono.
Well, he wants to meet Mom too, but Mom said she didn't want to meet him.
Exactly.
Mom is just in her feels. So, Mom's in her feels.
Well, I don't know why we can't just meet all of you at the same time.
You want us to go out there, or is he picking you up tonight? Do we need to go out there?
No, he's getting me tomorrow.
Oh, he's taking you out tomorrow? Oh, that's right, because you got practice in the morning. He can't.
No.
Oh, that's right, practice got
He just
canceled.
has work in the morning.
Oh, so he's got to go work in the morning?
Yeah.
And then he's going to come pick you up after work?
Yeah.
Is he going to shower first? Is he going to come pick you up smelling like Dookie?
No, he's in the truck with it.
Moving grain. He's what, 17, right? Yeah. He's 17 and at least he's focused, guys, so I can't hate him too much. He still wants to take my beautiful daughter out, so well, maybe then I guess tomorrow we should drop you off at Noni and Nono's when he comes to pick you up, and then we can be there too.
Thank you, because that's what I said to Mom, because it's easier to all just be in one spot. But apparently it's the end of the world to be in one spot while you're meeting.
I guess we're all going to be there tomorrow. And what time do we have to bring you there? You don't know yet? Yeah, just be like, what time do you think you'll be picking me up? And you can just tell mom that I said that I'm going to drop you off. So if she wants to meet him, she can come with me. Considering mom doesn't watch my streams anymore. It was going to. We knew it was about to.
Well, Dakota posted on her story. Bro's eating a cheeseburger on the side of the road. And I asked her what happened, and Taylor said either the battery went out or the alternator.
Alternator went out, not the battery. Battery's not going to, if you're driving down the road and the alternator is good, the battery has no effect.
No.
So she needs a new alternator.
Yeah.
So anyway, just tell mom that tomorrow we will be dropping you off at Noni and No-No's before he gets there so that we can meet this young man. I will remember to, I just remember I am a conceal and carry. So just remember, I'll make sure that we're protected. Will says his is only 2. His day will be coming for sure. Yeah, she is the second to last of the kids. So she is 16, he is 17. Their grades touch so they can touch. That's what my wife says.
The grades do touch for both juniors.
Mm-hmm. So, but yes, no, they yeah. So anyway, but yeah, he's a good kid. He lives quite kind of far away though. An hour away.
He's on a shorter way because I don't know. He went through Streeter and everything, and then he took the long way here instead of just cutting straight through Manila.
Yeah.
For some odd reason.
I don't know.
He said, "I found a shorter way." I said, "What is that way?" Because I can go through Winona.
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can come up. He can come up and go through Winona, and then shoot across Magnolia that way, or go across the blacktop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go talk to your boy. He's over there yelling. He hears you.
Around 8.
Tomorrow night? Around 8?
He works tomorrow.
He's picking you up at 8 o'clock at night.
Yes.
And when will we be home then?
I'm not coming home. I'm staying at my aunt's. I don't know.
No.
Well,
Why are you staying at my
I'm
event?
staying with my aunt's.
Why are you lying to me right now? The smile gives it away. Why are you lying to me? Okay, well, go talk to your boy. I don't go talk. Oh, are they still happy?
No.
Who knows? Yeah, go talk to your boy. Your boy is yelling at you. Hear him? Hey, what's going on? Oh, here's my doggo. She let him run. Hi, big guy. Come in here and close the door so he doesn't get spooked and take off. Oh, that's what you're doing? I thought you were in here with him. He can stay out in the yard and play. He doesn't like it in here. Huh. How's Miss Sheeny tonight? Yeah, well, It's okay, Sheeny. I get it. I'm probably getting ready to wrap this thing up anyway. I've been going for an hour and 20, so I'll probably go for like 9 more minutes. We'll hit the hour and a half mark, and then I'm gonna wrap this up and go figure out what we're doing. It's already 6:30 in the evening. I had a late lunch, so I'm not really hungry myself, but got to see if the rest of the family is hungry, and if they are, got to feed them. You just missed the entire thing. Not really. It was just this. It was just a hangout tonight. We were just kind of hanging out, talking. I was talking about this. Originally, I was talking about my new venture. I started another YouTube channel for a different reason. It's called Protect the Elderly. So if you look up at Protect the Elderly on YouTube, that's me. There's a at Protect the Elderly 1972. That's not me. I was not born in 72. Figured it all out. Nice. Yeah, it is a nice little camera. It works really well. I do like mine. I've been using it ever since I got it. And now I just caused myself to bleed. So now we got to grab something to make myself not bleed. I burned myself a while back and it just hasn't healed properly because I ripped it a while back on something. So we'll just put that down and rest that on there and let it do its thing. Yes, yes, I have a grandchild. I was not in double digits in 72. I was not even thought of in 72. What, bud? Come here. What you whining for? You want pets? Come get pets. Yes, we'll get the booty scratches. Get them booty scratches, mister. Yes. You have great grandkids? Yeah, I just have grandkids. My mother has great grandkid. Yes. So my little grandbaby, he came in June 29th. So June 29th, little Mr. Sawyer came into the world. He is Grandpa's little buddy. I want more time with him. I have to figure that out so I can make that work so I can get more time with my little guy. He likes Grandpa. He curls up on Grandpa and falls asleep. Ah, but number 5 is due in a few weeks. Yeah, Sergio, see, grandkids are fun, man. Yeah, he's my first one. Probably going to be my only one for a while, you know? And that's fine. I will just love and enjoy him while I can. And then when others come along, it'll be the same thing. But I do want to say thank you before I forget to say thank you to all of you guys for coming in and hanging out. Um, but yeah, if you look up the Protect the Elderly on YouTube and X and on TikTok, I'm making content over there to kind of help explain to the elderly what not to do, what to look out for. Because as I explained, I have seen 2 elderly ladies in my local area, in my tiny little town, that were being scammed. One I was able to help, one I was not. And now I want to use my powers for good. So I do need to get in touch with some of the local churches and stuff and talk to them about my idea of coming and talking at the churches. Maybe just let me borrow some of your rec space area to have a chat, to talk to them about what scams are out there, what scammers are doing, what to look out for, those kinds of things. 10 scam calls a day now. Yeah, my phone's constantly scam calls. I get like maybe 1 or 2 legitimate phone calls anymore. Anybody who wants to talk to me usually hits me up on Messenger text anymore. We'll talk that way. We don't really talk on the phone. It's very rare that I call people. Work is the only time I really talk on the phone anymore. And built over bot, yeah, I wish that would work, but no, sadly, we will still continue that. Yeah, you have a retail shop, so you have to answer. Yep, and then you get stuck in them stupid phone calls with them. Scammers really don't care anymore. They'll keep calling and keep nagging at you, and you block their number, and then a new number somewhere in the same like group of numbers will call you a couple days later. Yeah, I can put a link in here. Sorry. I guess I should have just did that to begin with, huh? There you go. But that's the new channel. I only have a couple of like I think there's only like, yeah, one video and a couple of short, or in a short. That's all I've got up there so far. So, and the video is just the story of why I started the channel, and then the short is just a little like what to watch out for. Thank you for the sub, Sheeny. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, I'm going to be putting some more content out over there. Try and help. Hopefully, people will share the links. That would be, really good if everyone would share the link with their friends and family and tell them, hey, watch out for this kind of stuff. There's a TikTok as well. So if you have the old TikToks, let's see here. Let me. And then I believe that takes you to the TikTok. Let's make sure. Go to the site. Yep, that's it. There's 4 videos on there. So I have 4 videos on there. Probably should have uploaded them to YouTube as well, but that's okay. The TikTok one, it's out there. Hopefully people will show their grandparents and keep them safe, elderly folks, and even just people who are tech illiterate that don't understand, watch the content and protect yourself. So, but gang, we're hitting that hour-and-a-half mark. I don't have 30 more minutes left in me. I'm sorry. I know 2 hours was always my sweet spot in the past, but I don't have it in me right now. I stretched it to an hour-and-a-half as best I could. But at some point here in the near future, we'll get back to working on this thing and get it built. I'm going to try and see if anybody's interested in sponsoring a Jabberwocky or something for that. And yeah. But I do thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. I hope your weekend goes well. I can't promise or not promise that I won't or will stream. So let's keep an eye, see if I'm streaming this weekend. X is always the best place. Just, look over there and see if I'm live, or ring the bell and you'll get notified. But you guys have a wonderful evening. And Bob, I will let me know if you think there'd be a day where you can meet up with me and we can do a meet in the middle. It looks like we're both going to have about a 2.5 hour drive. So let me know. And we'll figure out somewhere, maybe we'll catch a bite to eat or something and shake hands and part ways. But that being said, gang, have a good evening. Talk to you guys later. The usual spiel before I go: stay out of trouble, stay out of jail, happy 3D printing, and all those things. And don't forget that an old printer is better than no printer. And now I will tell you to watch out for your elderly as well. Make sure they're safe from scammers. So, yeah. Bye, gang.